we have Jeremy Hunt. He wants the workside to reconsider a life spent in a state-funded cocoon.
That's one way of looking at it. He says mentally ill people could be given treatment to stay in work before benefits are paid. That's from Jeremy Hunt. So, yeah, he's done this speech about this at the Conservative Party conference, and he makes some reasonable points. You know, that it is fair to make a distinction between those who are actively trying to work and those who aren't. That's reasonable. But it's also true that the definition of mental health and mental illness has radically expanded, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I'm sure this will lead to some inhuman examples that will be found by the media. There's always examples, aren't there, that slip through the cracks. So there is that as well. And there's the vacancies point he makes, that we have 1 million vacancies, but 100,000 people on benefits. Then you have to set that against the sort of Byzantine complexity of the benefits system and the way that it doesn't make work pay. He says here we need a society where work pays, but no one's actually managed to crack how to do that yet, seemingly.
Yeah. There are, I mean, there's, you know, it's always the fine grain, isn't it, when you get into it? But there will be, I think, a lot of people probably in their 50s or 60s who stopped working during the pandemic, don't feel like really that robust mentally, but, you know, might have been able... But there's probably, like, a lot of incentives for them to just go, do you know what, I might just see if I can coast from here.
Of course. And, I mean, there's a couple of things here. I think whichever way you vote, whichever way you lean, I think the idea of a welfare state is an important one, and we're always going to need it. And these people are on the welfare state, a lot of them, and you can argue till the cows come home the nuances of who should and who shouldn't work. The facts are some people simply can't. However, one thing that strikes me with these stories is, whilst, you know, I completely understand the emphasis behind it, but the way that they go about it, the way that they communicate it, the winning of the hearts and minds goes out the window. It just leaves open, like Nick said, you'll be able to pick out something and go, well, what about this person? This poor person here. I think we just need to be a little bit more cosy about the way we chat about this.
But this is obviously, you know, we're all in election mode now, aren't we? And they're deciding, are we trying to sell our party to those people who feel that their taxes have gone up partly because there are other people who are just taking advantage? I think that's what they're doing, isn't it? They're playing the numbers game, you know.